It's fine. Yeah.
Camera. We got my man Daryl, camera and audio. It's actually real golden hour right now. We in the fields. We in the trenches. Yo, so we're out here with a beloved lady, the number one, my mother. I'm not gonna call you Ma in this conversation though, because I'll call you Ma, but you know that I like to refer to you as your own person. So, for the people, what should they be calling you?
By my name.
They don't know your name.
Norma or Liz.
You're so Jamaican, bro.
Born and bred.
Yeah. So how are you feeling? I'm gonna ask you for the
Irie.
time again. Irie?
Yeah.
Nice.
You brought Jamaica in there, so Irie.
Yeah, I mean, we both out here looking real Caribbean. Daryl said it earlier that I'm out here with the sandals with no socks, so I'm really looking Caribbean. We out in the field, you gotta put your feet in grass, and you gotta really enjoy the essence of it. Right? That's where all the energy is at. So, this is a very anticipated conversation by a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people want to hear what Mom Norm's got to say. Miss Norman, Miss Liz, because you are a beacon of wisdom, and that wisdom flowed down into both me and PJ. So, you are the source of our upbringing.
True.
And what's the thoughts? If we're doing this, you can't just be like, so, yeah. You gotta have a conversation about it,
All right. Of all the things that I've said, what stands out most to you in terms of my wisdom that I've given to you? In real strict form and comedic form?
Honestly, I like the nonchalance the most, really, where it's like you've never really had just a kind of like rigid way on life. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, the way that I move through the world is really, hey, it is what it is. Hey, I'm here to do the best that I can and do the best that I can to the people. Stuff like that, And I think it really just came through with the way that I saw you treat everybody. It's like you never really treat anybody differently because they look different or because they had like less money, more money, etc., etc. You're just like a very personable person.
Yeah, so, because in life you can treat people badly.
True.
Because you never know. The same person you pass down the road, you're probably going to pass them going up the road too.
That's actually happened to me a lot of times.
There you go. So, just be nice, But, even if sometimes, there are times when people really try you, but sometimes I find that if you just be nice, it works out very well for you and for them too. Because in all essence, some people just need somebody to just say something kind. They're probably not mean, but because life has dealt them such bad hands, they just get up real grumpy. They get up every morning just, let me see how I can make this person's life miserable like mine. And that person has never done anything to you.
True.
So,
but also there's an understanding that you can have those days too.
Yeah, but you have to know how to
navigate them.
And there are times when I feel like I would just but I'm like, maybe this person don't know any better.
That's true.
So if I know better, then maybe I need to just impart what I know on them.
Honestly, it's the idea that you can walk away from most things.
Yes, right? And I do that a lot of times.
Because honestly, that's what That's what the wiser person chooses to do, because this thing, you put your energy into so many things, and then also you end up putting your energy into negativity.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really benefit you.
No, it's not good for you.
It's not good for the person around. So you might as well just be like, hey, I'm larger than this.
I mean, I'm not perfect, but I try. Most times I walk away and people are like, oh, you just said one word to me and I'm okay. And you just smiled and I'm okay. Even if it's not a smile that means anything to me, they think it's so important that I smile. Even people who I really don't have a rapport with, they'll say, oh, you came in and you said something and it was so funny. I thought about it the entire day and it made my day. I kept laughing. And, even when I went home, I was like, oh, Norma said this, and it was... I mean, when people say that to me, I'm like, huh? I don't think it's much, but they think it's a lot. Yeah. So...
I mean, that's the thing. You never know how your actions influence others, or the way that they actually end up interpreting them, until they may have a chance to say, hey, this actually meant a lot to me. You might just think you're doing a regular thing, but to them it's the world,
I think one story that really stuck with me is a story my grandmother told me as a child. It was a story of the lion and the mouse.
I don't think you ever told me that one.
I think I did.
Yeah?
Yeah. And the lion was walking through the jungle, and they set a trap for him, and he got caught in the trap. And before he met the mouse, and he was going to eat the mouse, and the mouse said to him, spare my life.
Yeah.
You remember that one? Yeah. You never know, one day I might just be able to help you. And he said, I'm a big animal. How are you going to help me? You're so small. Anybody can just crush you under their feet. And he said, save my life. One day I'll come to save you. So the lion took a chance, set him free. A couple weeks after, he was going through the jungle, and they had set a trap for him that was like mesh, and he walked right into it, and it pulled him up into the tree. And here comes the little mouse, and he said, hey, Mr. Lion, remember me? I'm going to save you. And he was like, save me? How are you going to save me? So the little mouse said, just watch and you'll see. So he ran up the tree, climbed onto the rope, start nibbling at that rope. And the lion fell out of the trap, and they became very good friends. So it doesn't matter, even if you're big and powerful and somebody is so small, it doesn't matter. Treat everybody
with the same grade.
Right across the board, because you never know when that person is going to come and help you.
Yeah.
And then you have some people like, I'm not going to help you. You are mean to me. I'm not going to help you. You know that too.
That's true. That's true. I find myself struggling with that at times, right? Like, because you have years of wisdom and years of experience ahead of me. And I always tell you, whenever I'm talking to you, like, think about it as somebody who's from a younger generation, and think of it as somebody who's in their 20s.
Right.
Right? Like, so I'll have a lot of moments where I'm like, I gotta be a better person. But then I'm also like, still a hot-headed nigga though. Like, I be hot-headed sometimes.
I mean, we all have that.
And I try my best not to operate from that.
The most important thing is to try and keep it in check.
True. I mean, ego is a very interesting thing, right? Because there's good ego and there's bad ego. Right? I mean, this is a very important conversation to have, because ego is also one of those things that keeps you in check.
Right, that's true.
So, like, I pride myself as somebody who tries my best to not move with my ego in the forefront.
Right.
It's like, selfless. Hey, I think I'm selfless. I'm not a self-proclaimed person to have any of these things, by the way. All right? Boom. Set that out. Also, right quick, Shout out to everybody who watches this. I love y'all. But yeah,
humility is important.
it is, and
It's very, very important.
I always try to move with the most humility because once again, it doesn't matter where I'm at or where I perceive myself to be at, because like when you really think about it, all these things are just perception.
Right.
Like you can say you have $1 million, but that doesn't mean watch the mic because that will actually sorry. You can still just around the mic.
Your way was scratching.
Yeah. Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
So yeah, you can like say you have $1 million and perceive that to be your worth, right? But like all of your worth is really. So for me, it's really seeing people for what they are internally and saying like, hey, I'm just like you. It doesn't matter what I have, what I perceive to have, what you perceive to have. Like we are the same person regardless, right? Like in the same way that you are a reflection of the world or your inner world or the world around you, right? Like the same way that like you are me, I am you. Just like I'm Daryl, Daryl's me, shit like that. Like you have to be able to see everybody with that same lens of saying, hey, I would treat myself the best. So how can I treat other people the best?
True.
But sometimes I'll find myself in situations where I'm like,
And that's okay.
True.
That's human.
That is human.
To err is human. Okay?
That is real.
So there's nobody perfect.
Yeah.
And we all have our moments. But sometimes we just have to differentiate at that time. Is it worth it to bring out that evil person?
That's real. That's real.
Is it worth it?
It never usually is.
And it never usually is.
Yeah.
And you're not doing it because you're looking accolades, or you're just doing it because it centers you and brings out the true person you are. Because you don't want to be labeled a petty Betty. There you go. So.
But you do be petty sometimes. You do be petty.
Well, you have to know when to reach for that petty card.
You do be petty.
Listen, you have to know when to reach for that petty card.
That's true.
I wonder if that's the right time to play that petty card.
Honestly, no, that's a big, because you know what? I feel like, for me, one of the things that and you know this, like, the idea of perfection, I was very much stuck on that for a very long time. So,
Been there, done that, son.
Yeah, type shit. So, like,
I'm like, no.
I mean, I have a lot more grace for myself now whenever I do have those slip-ups.
Right.
And I'm able to say, like, I'm able to recognize it. Because, like, that's the issue. You would have those slip-ups and you'd just be like, nah, fuck it. Like, this is just how I'm living.
Yeah.
But, like, to recognize it and say, hey, you know what, I ain't really like how I was doing. Like, let me say sorry to a person. Let me, like, really try to hash that up.
But you're young, and that's what young people do.
That's true.
That's what young people do. I mean, it depends on who you're around when you're young, like 15, 16, and what example they set for you to follow or emulate. But young people are hothead. All of them, even me. So getting to this place, it just takes experience and trying to figure out, is this the path I want to go on, or I want to stay being a hothead? Nobody likes a hothead. And they're not going to want to be around you if you're a hothead.
True.
So you figure out what you want.
Honestly, I've been told by others that I have a lot of grace and I have a lot of, like, I'm a very grounding person. I'm a very calm person. Right?
Yeah, where you get it from?
Shit, I don't know. But, like, I feel as though I fell onto some form of wisdom that a lot of people don't get at this age.
True.
And I'm highly grateful for it. It alienates me at a lot of times, right? But also, it's not one of those things that I would ever give up.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with alienation because that's how you're gonna find yourself and figure out what you're all about.
But try tell that to somebody who's like coming into the world. Like now I can understand that I can be happy that I'm heavily into like being isolated and being alien and like it's not an issue, like that's just me, right? But like take me 5-6 years ago telling somebody then it's like, yo bro, like you good, like you gonna figure out yourself through that. It's a lot harder to get it through to them when they just want to like do the thing and they want to do the best that they can. You get me?
Yeah, because once again they're young.
True.
And I won't say what else I'm gonna say because we're on camera.
Real. Tell me off of camera.
I'll tell you off camera. I will not. I'm gonna respect your viewers. I'm gonna respect
Daryl.
And I'm gonna respect you.
She's gonna curse.
Well,
it's a platform you can curse on.
I mean, you already know I'm like a sailor, so it doesn't. I mean, I'm toned now. I'm not as bad as before.
That is true.
But you know, if I have to, I will.
So I've been realigning my energy a lot lately.
So what has my teachings and your upbringing done for you?
It's put me where I'm at right now. in very few words. I mean, it's hindered me at times, right? But it's also benefited me at a lot of times. Right? You got to see both sides of it. It can't be like, yeah, it's all great, right?
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm highly vocal about the times that it has hindered me, highly vocal about the times that it has
that's the difference between me and you. I wasn't able to be vocal about the hindrance, and my hindrance was 100%.
True. But that's also part of breaking whatever generational issues that we have, you know?
And I agree, and that's why I said to you, sometimes that the things that were hidden from me, it's not hidden from you.
Yeah.
And you were able to have a conversation which back in the day children were supposed to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
And how dare you ask a question?
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity to come to me and say whatever is on your mind, both of you, you and your brother, and we talk about it. And I mean, being a parent, you don't get a manual for being a parent to say, let me turn to page 1 and this is what you have to look for. It doesn't come with a handbook. You have to see, and one size don't fit all. What worked for my kids don't necessarily work for John's kids or Mary's kids.
But even then, the things that you used with PJ didn't necessarily work for me either.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when I tell, like, people at my job that my kids talk to me about everything, they're like, they do? I'm like, yeah. I don't believe it. Why? I tell them, come to me and I'll explain it to you. I prefer to explain it to you than you going into the streets for somebody to giving you bad information.
True. So
when your brother was 10 and I started to explain to him about sex, my mother thought I was crazy. Why are you telling him about sex and STDs? And so if I don't tell him, who's gonna tell him?
Exactly.
But he's only 10. Yeah, he gotta learn now.
True. And I mean, it's done him well. I mean, at least from what I may know, he's done him well.
I remember when I was explaining to him about STDs, and he was like, "So ma, that means I'll never ever have sex then?" And I'm like, "Yes, you will." He said, "But if I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get that, I'm gonna get this, and I'm gonna get that." I said, yeah, and that's why you have to protect yourself. He said, is there one that can fit my body? A condom that I can just crawl into it and cover up? I was like, no, they don't make that one yet.
Yo.
Yeah, I was like 10, and you asking me?
I mean, but
asking me that
that's a realistic ass
Yeah.
question for a 10-year-old to
Yeah.
ask. Yeah, that's funny.
And your grandmother was livid.
Yo, PJ's gonna watch this and he's gonna be like, damn, she out here putting out my business.
Don't put out your business. But you know, I always have some candor in teaching you life lessons.
If anybody should teach it to you, it's your parents. Right?
Yeah, but I wasn't very like, now sit here. Like, this is yeah, I found comedy in it.
Yeah.
And, you know, but some parents just different. It's just like, I'm the parent, you are the child, don't ask me that. I'm not going to explain anything to you, you'll figure it out. You can't tell a child that.
It's actually funny because whenever I tell people about you, I'll just be like, yeah, I mean, my mom is my mom, but I don't like specifically view her as my mom. Like, yeah, you still mom, and you still get that respect, and you still get that love and all that stuff. But like, I see you as a person first. That's why, like, even when I started, I was like, what do you want to be called? Because you're not just mom. I'm not gonna be like in conversation, ma. You get me?
Yeah.
So like, whenever I tell people, it's like, yeah, I just treat my mom like she's a person. And at that point, it's also a person that I've known my entire life. So like, there isn't really a need to sugarcoat anything. It isn't really like, I can just be like, yeah, it is what it is.
But it's so strange because you know Jamaican parents. If you said that to me, if you said that, they were like,
I mean, but
Grandma,
also,
you can't call me mama on the camera. I'm not your mom.
but also, if grandma was still able to see it, she'd be like, how are you letting him talk to you like?
Yeah, should like you make him call him your Norma. You make him call him your Liz.
What up, Norms? But also, like, it's that same thing to say, and I feel like this is the thing for all parents. Like, you shouldn't just be viewed as parents. Like, you have your own intricacies to you outside of being mother or father. You know what I mean? Like, your own interests, your own dislikes, your own things like that. So, to just diminish you to that one role feels very dismissive of you as an entire person who had a life before my birth.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I kind of like, it's dope as fuck having that view and then also learning more about you and be like, oh yeah, that's mom. Oh, that happened when she was a kid. Like, oh, like, these are the things that she was interested in. These are the memories that she has from when things that bring you joy.
Yeah, I have a lot of memories.
Those are the things.
Some of them I share with you guys, so you know.
Those are the things that like make me happy because like, oh, I get to know this person, you know. And I think you should be able to get to know the person that you've spent basically your entire life with.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say the same for myself, but at least I was able to do better. I tried to do better.
Yeah. I mean, that's the goal with anything, right? 'Cause I have this conversation with you all the time. Where it's like, when it comes to you got the battery?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice. When it comes to parenthood, if it arises for me, I do want to just do better than my dad, or I do want to do better than you know? And like, that really just comes down to saying like, what is it that you guys didn't do right for me? You know what I'm saying?
But if you ask every child, they're going to say that the parent didn't do right.
Oh yeah, and also you like, well, nah. Because that's the thing. I couldn't say that you didn't do right. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there are times where you had blunders, but that's also human, right? Like, I can't just be like, oh my God, she's my parent. She's never supposed to fuck up. Like, nah, you fuck up. Shit, you probably messed something up today, right? Like, people are liable to messing things up daily.
I mean, children are children, and no matter how old they get, in parents are they still a child. And no matter what you do or how you do it, sometimes I feel like you can do more.
Real?
I remember this incident where this mother, she was crying, I'm telling you, weeping. And her daughter was sick. She got sick and nobody knew what was causing the illness. And I said to her, you know, it's okay to step outside and get a breather. you know, because you're here all the time with her. You need to go outside and take a breather for yourself. And she was crying, I'm telling you, heaving, and I said, what's wrong? And she told her daughter that she want to go outside for a few minutes. And the daughter said, I want to go outside too. And that just ripped into her, because this woman was there day and night and night and day. She was starting to look very exhausted. I said, go across the street and get a massage. It's okay to get a massage. I know you're not going to love her any less if you go and get a massage, because guess what happened? If you're not there for her, who's going to be there for her? And that thing really shook me when her daughter said, I want to go outside too. I thought I was selfish.
Indeed. I mean, but also, well, this goes further into it. How old was the child?
She's 24.
25? 24? Wow, then yeah, no, that is very selfish.
Yeah.
I just said shellfish.
No, that was selfish. I thought it was very selfish, because your mom has been with you from the onset of the illness. Mm-hmm. She has not left your side. She cries night, she cries day. And then you turn around and say that?
It's the other side of it, though, where she might not have the perspective to say, hey.
She does.
I don't know them,
I'm telling
so I
you.
can't say it.
And that's why I said I felt so hurt for that mom. I did. Because I know what it's like to have a sick child. Mm-hmm. And you don't know if they're going to live. You don't know if they're going to die. Mm-hmm. I remember when your brother was small and he took ill. And I'm telling you, that was one day in my life when I said to myself, you can't take this child from me. Because he wasn't even 2 yet. And I remember going to the hospital and sitting there waiting with him in my arms. He wasn't moving, he wasn't crying, he was just limp. And when I looked at him, I'm saying to myself, no child is supposed to look like this. So I looked across and there was like a gurney. Mm-hmm. And on the gurney there was just like a little bundle with a sheet over it. And out of curiosity, I said to the lady that was sitting with me, because her child was sick too, and I said to her, why do they have so much dirty linen on the gurney over there? Why they don't take it off? And she said to me, it's not dirty linen, Mom. The lady over there, that's her baby. He died. I took your brother in my arm. I didn't wait for them to call me. I went right to the door and I pushed the door open, and a lady was in there talking to the doctor. And I said to him, I work with a doctor and I was sent here, and you are not going to make my child die in my arms. And he said to me, Mom, I'm with another patient. I said, her baby can move, mine can't move. And he said, give me a second. And they took me over to the next room. IV, everything started going immediately. And I said to myself, you have to be proactive and you have to do something. You can't just go sit over there, I'll be with you. And I remember looking at your brother in that bed, and I'm like, God, don't make this child die, please. Please. As I know I would never be the same. And they admitted him the same night. And it so happened that he was on the same unit with one of Dr. White's patients. Her two sons had the same thing he had. And I couldn't. The mother, you have to go home. You can't stay here. You have to get some rest. And I'm like, I can't leave my child. And she said, no, go home. You take care of him. And I went back the next morning. When I went back the next morning, I saw Dr. White's patient. He's here. Wiping it out. And I said, so what's wrong with him? And she said, oh, when she came in, he was full of poop. Nobody to take care of him, nobody to look at him. The nurse is not doing anything. And she said, you know what? If Miss H come here and see her baby like this, she gonna raise hell. So she took her towels and she started to clean up my son. Because she remember how nice I was and how kind I was to her babies. And I'm like, it's so important to be nice to people. And then he said to me, Mommy, the baby died. And he pointed over to the next crib and then the next crib. It was something going around. And I said to the nurse, I said, did the doctor see him? And she said, yes. I said, can I leave against medical orders? And she was like, why would you want to take him away? I said, no, I'm going to take him away. My mom says I'm to take him. She'll take care of him. Just give me the meds that he's supposed to get and I'm taking him home. And I took him home to your grandmother. And you know back home they have their remedies and everything. Soup, coconut water, everything. And I gave PJ to her and I left for work. And when I came home the evening, PJ was saying, Mommy, Mommy, Mommy. Big difference. With you were coughing. And I'm like, this doesn't sound right. I went to the doctor, she gave me some meds and I said to her, you're coughing, this coughing doesn't sound. She said, no, it's just a normal cough, he'll be fine. I took you home and the following morning I said, you are going right back down there. So she said to me, why are you back? Did you finish? I said, my son has croup. She said, what? I said, he's coughing like a dog. It's like asthma, but it's real hollow and it sounds real rusty. And she listened and she said, oh my God, you have to go to the emergency room right now. For 3 nights I slept at Flushing Hospital. I was on the floor with you on my chest. And I remember what the nurse said to the other mother in the room. She said, that's the mother. You only come in and your babies and her baby's the same age. You only come in, fancy dress, look at your baby and you're gone through the door. You were on my chest and your dad said to me, you know what? I'm going to go get your mom. And let her come and stay with him. And then you can go home, get some sleep, and then you can go back. When I tell people my love for my 2 boys, it's something that I can't explain. And I knew I wanted to be a mom. I knew from a very early age I wanted to be a mom. And my job was to protect you guys. And so far, I think I did pretty well. That's why sometimes when you say you're not feeling well, I'm like, you take this, you take that, and you're looking at me like, why doesn't this woman leave me alone?
I know my remedies. I know you're like, is this, she think I'm a baby? Why you don't leave me alone? Did you take a temperature? Let me take a temperature. Honestly though, like, I can't lie to you, even my dad does that. Where he's like, yo, you good? You okay? Like,
yeah.
I got this.
Yeah, I know.
I made it this far. Y'all straight.
I think it's just mom instinct. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like overbearing. I feel like once you get overbearing with it, then it's like,
No, I'm not overbearing. I think I just need to do right by you guys. I mean, you're grown,
yeah,
so I don't have to do it anymore.
And the thing is, you've already done it, right? Like, I think the thing is, if your kids have made it to this point, they have some sort of wits about them. You know what I'm saying?
Kids are gonna be your kids till the day you die. You know that, right?
Of course. And I'm going to be like, damn, I feel like I remember I had this conversation about like with you where it's like, damn, like I think about the day that you won't be here anymore.
Please don't.
No, but not really in the sense to be like, oh yeah, like, but more so to be like, damn, how am I gonna have the conversations that I have? How am I gonna get the wisdom? How am I gonna like, you get what I'm saying?
You
Like,
just go back in your library.
that is true, but it's different when the person is like in the physical, the access.
You'll hear my
you know what I'm
voice.
saying?
You'll
Like,
hear my voice.
and I know that, right? Because that's the thing. Y'all
Just
think
like
about
with
this.
grandma.
You hear her voice?
There are times when a situation arises and I say, you know, I hear my mom saying, and this is what she would say. Literally, there's not a day that passes that I don't say, my mother would say. And there are times I hear her voice like saying certain things, like in situations where I'm having difficulty with people, and she'll say, leave them alone. Leave them to time. Or stand aside and make God fight your battle. So, you know, there are times I hear her voice. I do.
It's funny because the other day I was like, I told you that I'd be thinking about
You
grandma.
was thinking about grandma,
yeah. Like, I wish that there was more time to have built a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because even with you, yeah, I've known you my entire life, but we didn't really start building our relationship until like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And to be like, damn, if I was in a position where I could have just at least like said, hey, I can talk to my grandma, or hey, like, I can remember the food that she cooked, I can like do all these things. Like, everybody talks so fondly on the dumplings, I don't remember the dumplings, you get me?
Yeah.
So like, just to be like, damn, I just wish I had a little bit more time to create those memories.
She was very difficult, but she had some good ways. You know, she always made sure that we were fed. You know, we were clean. She fought a good fight for us, and she couldn't let go. I think that's the only thing she knew how to do, was to fight the battle for her children. And I think that's what
you got.
Took her over. No, I'm not fighting you guys' battle, you know that. No, I'm not.
You let us do our own thing.
Yeah, you're grown.
Yeah. Right.
Fighting the battle, no.
Nah.
But honestly, I mean, you guys come to me with things that is, you know.
But also, they're different battles.
Yeah, that's bothering you, and you ask my opinion, and I appreciate that, because not many children go to their parents and say, well, you know, this is bugging me, what you think? So I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you guys still think me important to say, Ma, what you think about that, or Ma? And PJ and I can just keep jokes, you and I too, but you're more serious than PJ. The things that PJ and I find funny, you're like, no, you're right. but PJ and I can have a real hearty laugh.
Oh, man.
You understand?
I get that.
I show you the memes and you're like,
Yeah.
But with PJ, I fire one at him and he's like,
you haven't accessed my point of memetude. You feel me? We're not on the same meme language.
I mean, the two of you understand, and you know that I'm very funny, and you know that I like a lot of jokes.
You like
know
to
that,
laugh,
and I love to laugh. Everybody knows that. I'll find the smallest things and start laughing at it, and people like, what are you laughing about? And I'm like, you don't say that. And I'm like, no. I'm like, okay. That won't miss you. But you have to laugh. You can't just go through life just serious like that. And I think maybe that's what kept me. That's what kept me going through. With all of whatever I was going through with I think jokes and just laughing at my own self too. Because I said, if I fall here, I'm gonna laugh.
Yo,
Yeah.
no, bro, don't even.
If I fall here, I
remember the time.
I fell in the snow.
I remember the time you fell in the snow. You started laughing,
Yeah,
and
I
everybody
fell
was
in
like,
the
"Yo, are you
snow.
good? Are
Yeah,
you good?"
I fell in the snow and I started making snow angels. This man came out the car. He said, "Lady, you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm okay."
No, it's funny because anytime you have a fall, or not even like to say like it happens often, right? But like anytime that you have fell in the past or like you do get sick, Pisha gets so worried. And I'm just like, yo, bro, chill. Like, she good.
Yeah,
she gonna laugh it off and she gonna be straight in like a week.
Yeah, because I tell them, I always say to them at the job, I say, if you guys fall, bear in mind, I'm going to have a hearty laugh before I pick you guys up. And I'm like, you're really going to laugh? I'm going to laugh. I am going to laugh, and then I'm going to pick you up.
Exactly. You should be able to laugh. I'm not going to lie, Ma. I've been working, well, not even Ma, Norm's. Miss Liz. Auntie Liz.
You're making me sound like a grandma.
I mean, shit, you getting there.
All right, Granny. No, I don't see the babies. I don't see the babies.
Yeah.
I don't see the babies. So.
But I've been trying to work on my seriousness, right? Because I know that I'm a very serious person. I know I'm a very intense person.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yo, I gotta chill sometimes. I gotta like.
Well, you were telling me you're intense, and you're always telling me, Ma, you're too tense.
I'm intense in regards to the way that I approach things. You get me? Like,
yeah.
When I say you're tense, it's literally like you're riled up. You get me? Like, I don't think I'm ever really riled up as much as I am just like, yo, I'm trying to do something. You get me? And in that sense where I'd be like, yo, I can chill out a little bit. I don't gotta be so serious all the time. Like, but also I enjoy it because that's how things get done.
Yeah.
You know, like I get so much done because I have that streamline. Like, yo, I'm focused, I'm serious, I'm not playing.
Get it done. Yeah.
But I should make more time for play and more time for fun.
Well, you play a lot.
I've been trying.
I think you do.
Yeah. I find time to have fun.
Yeah, not so much.
Yeah. I'll be telling you need to have more fun. You need to go out and have more adventures.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, and I think I want to start doing that for this summer. Cause
this summer? What you mean? It's like halfway done.
No, it's not halfway done. It's not done till fall comes in. And then you're like, whoo, I gotta get that light jacket.
But also climate change.
Yeah.
So, we might be dealing with summer until October.
There you go. So, and I remember I said I was gonna hike with you. So, yeah.
That is true. She said she don't like standing wood, but she gotta get in the trees.
That's your grandma's favorite line.
I don't understand how you guys are from a country that is so lush with greenery.
Remember, we were in the city.
That's true, but you ain't never like branched out and be like, yo, let me go to this river. Let me go to like.
No, when we went home to Grandpa in St. Thomas, we would sit on the rocks in the river. Because if you notice, there are a lot of pictures with PJ in the river. Yeah. But to say that we were in the country, I told you, when I was born, my mom said, she's not raising me in this bush. I'm telling you. And away to town I went. Well, Kingston, where we call it town. Yeah. And I lived there all of my life.
That's crazy.
I didn't go to St. Thomas until I was 13. Yeah. And even when I went there, she left us in the town and she went up to where Grandpa was. Because she said she can't see us climbing that hill. Yeah. So she left us down in the square with her aunt and she went up to the hill.
That's crazy, man. Honestly,
but then as time go passed on and we were able to drive and we had cars and we could drive up there because the hill is very steep. Yeah. So we would park the car on a Sunday twice a month and we would go up there and we'd spend the Sunday, would cook, would sit at the river, we'd sit on the stone. We had fun and then we would come back home. I've visited other parishes, but to say I did country life, I'd be lying.
Honestly, I wish that was more part of my childhood. Because as you know, I'm a person that's I love being in nature, right? So just being around the city all the time, throws me off. Like, I be wanting to go on hikes. I be wanting to be around water. I be wanting to be amongst trees. So, like, every time, because like, even this, the fact that you said that you wanted to go on a hike is kind of wild to me, because I remember we went on the trail over here and you're like, too much trees, too many trees. I was like, yo, just enjoy the walk.
When I said it was too much trees, I didn't mean it in that sense. It's just like it was so dense with trees.
That's
and then
what most forests are.
We're walking through. It's not even forest, it's a park. The people that we were walking on, it was like, oh my gosh.
How are you going to go hike if that's the case?
Don't
You're
worry.
literally going into the woods.
You make sure you leave some crumbs. Don't let us be like Dorothy. We couldn't find a way out.
I know how to get. I've done it. I know how to get out of.
Because I told you that Dorothy got lost. They got lost in hiking one time. Yeah, they were terrified.
Just they have markers out there. Did they go off track?
I don't know what they did, David, but they were out there for a while, and they were getting real scared.
Yeah, because once it starts getting dark, it's like, yeah, now you got to clip that up.
And then they couldn't get any signal with the cell phone.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, look, I have an impeccable sense of direction. Impeccable, all right? So I typically know which directions to go in, east, west, north, south.
I'm not good with directions. I have no sense of direction.
Yeah.
I don't.
You know what's funny? A lot of women that I meet have terrible sense of direction.
I can direct you, but don't ask me. Don't say to me, where do I go east or go west? I'm gonna tell you, listen, just go left.
So let me ask you this question. Do you at least know east to west, north to south based off of your current location? Where it's like, if you're in the city and you're at like 42nd Street, do you understand which way would be west and which way would be east and what would be north and what would be south without being like, oh, you just go up in numbers, go down in numbers?
I've lived here for a while and I don't know.
That's crazy.
I know if I come off of 42nd, if I walk going back that way, I'll probably pick up east side.
That's wild.
Yeah, but don't say to me, oh, if I leave here, don't ask me.
So quick question, I'm gonna throw you off then. If we go up that way, what direction will we be going in?
We're going east.
Wrong.
West.
Wrong.
See? I told you. Don't ask me. Just tell me, go down to the end of the street here and go left. Don't ask me if it's east. Don't ask me if it's west.
That's crazy. Yeah, you gotta work on that, bro. Yeah. You gotta work on that.
No, I don't need to work on it.
No, like, honestly, think about it. There's people, well, I guess we have the luxuries of GPS at this point and directions, but, like, people used to have to know the direction.
That's true.
Right? Like, or else they would kind of just be asked out.
I ain't passing out, I can tell you. I ain't gonna get lost in Manhattan either.
The streets are numbered. How do you get lost in Manhattan? It literally says east and west on the sign.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm not gonna get lost.
Yes, right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna get lost.
You'll be alright. We have GPS.
But I give better directions than if you go back home to Jamaica. Listen, where do I find? Just keep going. Keep going. And then when you go down, you're going to pass a blue house. And when you pass that blue house, you're going to keep going. Then you're going to make a right, then you're going to make a left. And you're like, how am I going to make a right and then make a left? Just keep going. And when you're going down there, just ask somebody. They'll tell you where Miss Margaret house is. That's directions.
I can't lie. I'll be giving directions like that sometimes. I mean, but also, I just know, it's like, yo, go down 2, take a left, and then you're going to take a quick right, and then you're going to be there. I hope they find somebody that's along the way that they...
So, you can't say I'm bad, because you're not any better.
But I know where the place is. I understand why they do it like that, because they know where the place is. You just got to follow the...
I said, just keep going, man. Just keep going. Keep going. You're going to pass a blue house, then you're going to pass a yellow house. I just asked anybody right there, where's Miss Margaret house?
Life is so simple, man. I love it.
No, life back home was simple.
All right, so I had a moment yesterday, right? I was in this park, and I was laying down, and I was looking at the grass, and I was just looking at it, and it's like, yo, this piece of grass is so complex, but it's so simple. And that's basically the entirety of life for me. Where it's like, you know what? Everything that we make complex is genuinely very simple.
True.
But we just choose to add extra layers.
Because we are humans.
Yeah, I know that. I'm guilty of it too. I do it. But I don't know. It's dope when you can kind of just restructure the way that you view things. And like, yo, I don't gotta be so like complex with this shit. The answer is literally right there. You take away all the layers and it's boom. Oh man. I think you gotta learn to talk to people in their varying degrees of simplicity and complexity. Because like it's the same thing with the directions. Some people will really understand that. Yo, take 2 lefts, look for a blue house, and then take a right. Some people not gonna understand that. But also some people don't know they left from their right. So you tell them to take a left, and then they go take a right.
Well, George said to the instructor, he said, "Move your left foot," and the girl was moving her right, and George said to the instructor, "Don't you see she moving her right and not her left?" He said, "Don't worry, she'll figure out which one is left and which one is right."
Go left, your other left. So I see what time we're at. Probably somewhere around 50-ish minutes, Daryl.
Yeah, we're running like 54.
54.
Not 51.
51? Okay,
Well,
yeah, I was about
quick.
to say. Yeah, time literally flies when we talk, right? And also, just take this in, right?
Did our conversation, was it okay?
I mean, all conversations.
Not all the time. Some conversations you want to exit stage left.
Yeah, but they teach you to open up your mind.
Yeah, but some conversations you can't open up your mind. So you're like, what the hell is this?
I'm not gonna lie, I welcome those conversations. I'll be like, yo, what the fuck is happening right now? I don't understand what's happening. I just observe in those conversations.
I just like,
Like literally, I just be like, yeah, you know, we get it. I had a realization the other day, and we've spoke on this so many times, but I'm coming to a point where I can accept myself as I am, good and bad, right? But also appreciate what I do. You get me? In a sense where it's like, I oftentimes find myself guilty of just being like, yeah, nah, I don't do that much. Yeah, I'm not that talented. Yeah, I'm this, whatever. I can finally recognize that now for what it actually is and what it means. And it's actually a really dope feeling because it gives me added clarity. And I can also share that with people. In the sense where when you were watching us set up, I just saw your smile and I was like, damn, Ma's never seen this type of thing before. She's never seen expertise behind it, any form of mastery. And the idea that you're going to keep getting better if you continue to do the thing. Accepting that you have that talent, you have that skill, and you have all these great sides of yourself really just enables you to really go for it. And I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I'm going for it, and I don't really feel afraid to.
yeah, go for it.
Get you some water real quick.
Something more than water, dude.
We're gonna get her out of here real soon. You dig? All right. We don't want Mom Dukes out here in a coughing fit.
Be careful how you call him a Mom Dukes.
Why?
That's Speedy, his mom.
Oh, come on, dog. You just fucked up the whole conversation, Mom.
Sorry.
We gotta cut that.
Yeah,
man.
cut it out. Yeah,
nah,
you can.
nah. We do uncut. We do.
You can cut that out.
We do uncut.
When I hear that one saying they call her models, I was like, huh?
That's
They
just
would call me models.
That's just a black thing, though. It's a black thing.
She a crazy black mom.
I mean, actually, I'm not going to talk about anybody like that or their moms. We love black moms. Today, this is a black mom. Nah, y'all do be a little crazy. It's good crazy, but y'all be a little.
Cut that out.
I'm not cutting anything.
No, cut it out.
Why cut it?
Yeah, cut it.
Why cut it? You know I don't cut anything.
Because I don't want the Sunday guys to cut me.
Yeah, dark on this.
Huh?
We getting dark over there?
Yeah, a little dark.
I think we're gonna have to clip this up then.
My child,
My mother,
my son,
Liz,
David,
Norma,
thank you for inviting me into your world.
always.
I appreciate spending this time with you. As maybe, if I didn't come out, I'd be watching my favorite show, which you don't like. Crime Thrillers Snapped. So, thanks for giving me this break. I really needed it.
Indeed.
Yesterday was very stressful, so this is refreshing.
Take some fresh air in real quick,
And thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you and I love you very much. Man.
And I love you, love you, love you, love you.
And thank you for bringing me here.
Not throwing you away.
Yeah, basically. I actually do enjoy being here. Life is pretty dope.
Yeah, life is dope, yeah.
And thank you for being a wavy person, without a doubt.
I'll take that.
Thank you for supporting my work, all that I do. And I'm sure that you do wonders to come, but we gonna
Like all parents do.
all parents do, but we gonna get it rocking, and it's gonna be, and it's always up, Mom.
From your lips to God's ears.
Camera. Shout out Daryl.
Thanks, Daryl.
Shout out everybody be calling you Miss Liz. Shout out Miss Liz. Auntie Liz. Cool aunt.
Yeah. They think I'm the coolest aunt, so yeah.
Don't show this to Auntie Rosie. She's gonna throw a fit.
I'm not showing her nothing. Did you give her the permission to be showing it to people?
You can show it to anybody you want. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Yo, this is high level art right here. I want to share this with you.
That's true.
Exactly. Shout out to everybody who watches this. I do fuck with y'all. Y'all are wavy. I'm really bad at acknowledging things, but I do appreciate everyone who does watch this and continues to support the art, the work that I do, and has done that in the past, It's just big love to every single one of you. So, we out here, and the moon is in the background, and we gonna go home. All right? Norman? I love you, lady.
I love you too, son.
And with that, we out.
Did it?
We
I
good?
have to clean up a lot of this conversation.
Nah, it goes out as is. We don't cut.